friends. Hey friends.
I'm way up, I feel blessed. Hey friends. I'm way up, I feel blessed.
All right. We're in it. We did it. We made it to the stream. I gotta adjust my camera. There we go. Whoa. We made it. We made some coffee live until it happened. Already some new followers. Acrylic Hercules coming in strong with the follow. I appreciate that. And Quadano, thank you. Hey Kim, how's it going? Good morning, my lovely Australian. I appreciate you being here with us today. I got my coffee, some damn good coffee. Of course, I appreciate. Just want to say,
Hey friends.
hey friends.
Hey friends.
I made some Hanselman, little things.
Hey friends.
Hey friends.
My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
Pretty easy to find myself or Hanselman or Goo or other people. Oh, hello France. More, I didn't know you were in France. That's pretty rad. Is the music coming through or the sound clips coming through?
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
I think it is. Seems like it is. So my stream deck says it is. So we'll see. I got 2 stream decks now. Got big mega stream deck, and I still got my mini stream deck, which is kind of like a What's happened? What does he yell? Oh, Google. Talk to me. What's happening? Oh, I was like, what happened? Is Google started yelling at me all of a sudden? Google, don't yell at me. But now it's going to come to life again. Very excited. I'm pretty excited on the chat. Today we had a lot of people last time come in. I'll do some tweets and stuff like that. But I got all my new stream deck last night all set up. I'm really excited about it. Mooch Cam hanging out. Live Center. She's very excited to be here. So much great stuff. Whoa. Woo.
Nothing is impossible.
Mortal. Thank you for the resub on that Prime. 3 months in a row. You get a brand new Rise to More Beer James. Where my clip's at. Boom.
Nothing is impossible.
And you get one of these.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. So maybe Hanselman will show up, and if he does, we'll give him one of these.
My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
I'm having way too much fun with my stream deck just in general, but that's not what I'm going to be focused on today. Besides making beautiful, lush coffee, as we all have seen me do, I've been trying to dial in what I want to do on Fridays. And in the beginning of the year, late last year, I think Mortal was here, Kim was probably here, bunch of you were here, kind of wondering like, what am I going to do? Am I going to, build an app from scratch? Like, what are we going to do? I have some big plans with my good friend John Galloway to do even more streaming, which is good. And I think what I'm going to be doing now on Fridays that I blogged about, we'll go through, is working on this Hanselman app. So every single week, really bringing it out. To me, I had thought about doing a brand new app from scratch, but this is kind of a brand new app from scratch where I really want to work on different features every single week and get things done. And by the end of it, we're going to have a really beautiful app. But of course, this app is interactive. So of course, we appreciate, anytime anyone chats in there and get it going. So Pinda asks, hey, James.
Hey, friends.
Last week you showed Maps Essentials. Will there be an Azure Maps for xamarin.Forms? Well, that's a good question. So Azure Maps, let's head over here. Azure Maps. There's a brand new thing. Let's go to my loop. Azure Map. That's Azure Maps. So Azure Maps is a new SDK that they have for integrating into web properties and also into Android applications now. So kind of like Google has Google Maps, we have Azure Maps, which are in here. And I think we have, where's the thing at? There's like quick start. So what is Azure Maps? Oh, they did an IoT thing on here. There's, I don't know where all the things are at. There we go. How-to guides. They have a RESTful API, a JavaScript, and an Android API. Oh, there you go. It says, is TomTom. TomTom now uses Azure as their backend. Whoa, that's cool. So there is an SDK for Android Studio right now. I'm already talking to the team on bringing that over to the Xamarin side. So make sure you tell them, tweet at them, tell them that you want the Xamarin binding to it. And I'm assuming that would just be like a renderer, probably nothing crazy because it is just a map. And then you'd probably interact on a single level. Now this is just Android, so it would be pretty hard. They could do a xamarin.Forms wrapper on top of it, but like if you want to use it, it wouldn't be that difficult. But it's relatively straightforward to do and put into your app into a custom control. So I think make sure you go on there, take a look, and give them a feature request as far as it. But I'm going to play around with it, and to do the binding probably isn't that hard, but I'll have to look at their dependency graphs on it. So it is a minimum API of 21, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so I've been working with that team there to bring that over to Xamarin. Just usually when it comes to the different bindings, if they're creating just a native Android library, then usually how the teams work, same thing with App Center, is they want to put things out as fast as possible, and then they create the bindings on top of it. Some teams, they do them at the same time. Some teams, they don't. Just, resources at the end of the day, right, in your company. So in this instance, it is Android. So the nice thing is you could pull those in automatically. So, but Maybe one day I'll have to try a binding for it, but I know they're already getting a lot of feedback on it. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. Right. Hey, RSR. Cool. I'm just wondering what will be more performant. Go with a custom renderer or use the C++ library. Oh, I don't know. Guess you'd have to write the bindings all around it anyways. I'm assuming that they're doing a lot of native Android stuff at the end of the day if you're just running it on Android. So Tom now uses Azure as their backend. I don't know. I mean, unless TomTom does their own thing, but a custom render it's just a control at the end of the day. So it'd be the same as putting the control in there. So I don't really know if it'd be less or more performant at all. Probably the same. I mean, C++ is always faster, but I don't know unless they're drawing stuff. And then you're danger. You got the garbage collection danger. You got the safe handle dangers. Beware, there be safe handles abound. So that should really be something. Like, I mean, just in general.
This is enough to scare me to go update my LinkedIn profile and look for another job.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do today. Let's head over to our computer over here, and let's go to boom. So I did a sweet blog, people, but I don't want to go talk about that first. Let's talk about this first. Let's talk about my tweets. One, super excited to be working with John Galloway. Have some crazy awesome community stuff coming, but I have a call to action, people. I have this great collaboration happening right now. It's literally going to happen next week. You want to be in on this right now. Ground floor, making it happen. We are really working to showcase the beautiful apps that are built with Xamarin by awesome developers and companies and enterprises out there. And there's this built with .NET website. And that's really cool because you can submit your apps, your libraries, your projects that you're running, your NuGet packages, things like that you want to help promote and help get out there, and even blogs, which are really cool. So in this regard, and I should probably put my blog on there too. That's a thing that I can do. But what you can do here is you can say submit a framework, and you can say give me a Xamarin app. You can also do Go.Games, Mono Games, .NET Standard libraries, all sorts of stuff. And then you can submit your Xamarin project here. So I'll be submitting the Hanselman.Forms app when it's done and updated, so it's nice and beautiful. But I even have the conference app here. So you get this like really cool landing page for your app, like the project site, the project Twitter, like who did it, like I did, right? And what it has built in. And it's really nice. You fill out this information, people can heart it, like it, things like that. So it's really fun to see the different apps that people are building with Xamarin and .NET in general. So you can say this one is this really cool Graham and Brown AR app that they're building. So you can put your screenshots right up there. So it's built with .NET, which is fun. So I really want everyone, if you're building apps, you have an app, you have a library, head over there, get it done. I mean, it's a really cool app. You can even then go to the project website, right? And you can download it. Like, how cool is that? Like, this app was built with Xamarin. That's so rad. So really cool. I love seeing apps being built and highlighting. And we used to have a old one over in the Xamarin days, way old. But then you could be like, oh, what's going on in Go.Games or whatever? Nothing yet. So go make a Go.Game. So people need to submit these things in general, but you can see here all the different projects and libraries and things. Here's JSON.NET and Pinboard.NET. So I think it's really cool. Here's .NET Core. So to see what people are building. I think this helps me too. So I'm like, oh, can I go use this thing? Like, what's this? So head over there. Definitely submit some stuff. This is a cool one. The Blazor Tetris. I think this Mr. Magoo building sweet Blazor demos. There we go. I mean, it's no Tetris 99, but that's okay. Pretty cool. All right. What are we doing? That's right. So I blogged. So I got that stuff. Go retweet that stuff. Go submit your apps. I wrote this blog called Modernizing Hanselman.Forms, and I really want to take this. He does have some nice. I love the Blazor demos. It's good stuff. I'm pretty impressed with it. So I'm going to be talking about this app a lot more, and we're going to build it out. We're going to add some back-end services. But I did a whole blog about the history of Hanselman.Forms, because I actually built the entire app in like just a few hours and the night before launching xamarin.Forms to get it out there. And it was like a big undertaking just in general, because it was brand new, version 1.0. You know, we didn't really think of doing anything, creating this. So I created it and put it out into the world, and Hanselman picked up on it, wrote this awesome blog post about it, which was really spectacular. And at that time it was share projects. Like, it was not very beautiful. It was all Windows Phone apps in there too. And I built it really, really quick, and it was just no images, just here it is, look at that old hollow design. It brings me back. No XAML, just everything was data bound, completely fine, which is really crazy. So wrote that in there and linked to it, and I wanted to make it more beautiful. So here I wanted to update it a little bit and then update it even more. So last week we went through the open source project. We reorganized things. We put in beautiful bottom tabs on Android and iOS, and tabs on the other part. Let's see. Pindamp says the Hanselman app by then was ugly. It caused so many errors on start. I mean, maybe back in the day, hence I'm constantly moderating it and updating it. I think the thing is I've been constantly updating the app over time, right? So I've been constantly updating flavors. It went from the 1.0 to the 1.3 transition to the 2.0 transition to the 3.0 transition, from shared libraries to PCLs to .NET Standard, kind of evolved just like projects do. And now just take it, run it out of the box, and it looks pretty good. And every once in a while I have to go back through, because like the Twitter API changed and all this stuff, so it's there. And yeah, it was a cool example to begin with. So last week we did that. We also went through and started using bindable layouts. So instead of putting these 3 images on here, we did just these bindable layouts. So it was an image, multiple images, tons of crazy code behind. Now it's super pretty. But I thought about, instead of here using this image with the tap gesture recognizer, that I should just use a image button. So I wanted to go through, and we have all these issues up here, and I've been working on this bindable one, but today I wanted to work on the new podcast page and have a flex layout that goes through and wraps like sort of card views of all the different podcasts that he has. And right now we're just gonna put the data source in it, but we're going to maybe build a back end to get some information, do some offline syncing at some point. So let us boot up Hanselman.Forms again. I should probably pin that at some point. And I want to finish this PR, and I want to take a look at what it looks like with the image button on the different platforms first. So I should probably open this ahead of time, but it's there. Yeah, this project's old. It's been around for, I looked at the code and the commit. So it doesn't have tons of commits, but I go through, it was here, older, 2014, May 2014, so nearly 5 years ago. Pinda asks, are you using SQLite on this app, or what's the local data store? Yeah, so this app today has no offline storage at all. It's only online only. I didn't ever do anything in it. Oh, let me go ahead and close. Teams over there. So here, I've been see, it's like built with news and must be running Visual Studio or Xamarin Studio. So I do talk about it. So it was only online only, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna be redoing this whole page, obviously, and we're also going to put in some data sync. I'll probably use Monkey Cache for it. If we just have a backend returning JSON, we'll probably just do some Monkey Cache stuff here, really with a file store will probably be the lightest. Let's do that really quick. That'll probably be the best, but lots of options in the data area. So I want to figure out if we can use the new image button. So image button. When you Google image button, it comes to the image button. So it's a button. Cool. No Google. Get out of here. Go ahead and try. Oh, my Google keeps popping up. So it's a button, and it should be a image button. I think I probably need like transparent backgrounds, maybe. A clicked event. I'm assuming there's a command. So this is good because the default looks like there's background stuff there. No background stuff there. Okay, cool. All right. Let us then just put in an image button. Instead of this, put in a command. Let's see if that will clean that off. So that'd be really easy if it's just an image button and that's it. Spacing between each item inside of it. Done. Now let's see. Oh, I probably need to do a background. Do a content. Having issues with the IntelliSense of the day. Look at app sources. Form. I already made a xamarin.Forms video about this. I'm like, I don't know how to do anything. Style. That's what I want. Style here. Resources. Source dictionary. So that'll be all of our things in there. And then this will be probably a image button. Do background color. Will probably be transparent. It's probably silly just to do one, but I want it to have very similar properties. And this should be the, we apply the setting. Been so long. Archetype button, static resource style. This. Resource, if I give this a thing, the image button social. Go. You get dependency media. There's our app. Oh, did it already deploy? No, it just should be coming back to me, I think. All right. All right, cool. So is that compiling? Let's cancel because I did some stuff. Let us go full clean here. Be curious why my IntelliSense wasn't coming up. It's interesting. Let us do this to figure out do old school deleting bin and obj folder. Let's see if there's something, because I changed all the silly file locations. Did like a mass read. Wonder if it's just, how do I clear the cache? What I wanted. Oop, see if that works. Should it hopefully Denise says deleting doesn't feel like an old thing. It shouldn't. Definitely in 2019. Well, the latest versions of 2017, a lot of work in 2019 went into figuring out what those issues were.
Way up, I feel blessed.
That .commie, that's funny. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. We're on our goal to 1,000. We're coming in strong. I love it. Big push last week from the Hanselman retweet, so that was pretty cool. So the team, specifically Peppers and team, worked really hard on figuring out what the root cause of that stuff was. And sometimes it's a lot less. Every once in a while, I feel as though something happens, but yeah, the upcoming VS 2019 is a big force because only VS 29. Yeah, but you can run them side by side, and if you have a subscription, you're good to go. A lot of the work that we're putting into the preview will all ship there too. So, yeah. Whoa, subscriber mooch. Sitting on my desk right now. All right, let's see. Let's look at our packages. Did they, in the last week, did we release any update? That's what I'm always curious about. Maybe there's some bug fixes. Nope, everything's good. All right. Clean. A rebuild. About age. Yeah, so a good question. Little mooch coffee, little. All of our monkeys. I do have NuGet update OCD. I always want to be updating. That's what I say. That's what I say. Let's see.
I'm way up,
There we go.
I feel blessed.
Well, our IntelliSense is back, but I did change all the namespaces, all the things. And we were running into issues last week because of how the IntelliSense engine works in XAML. It's a little funky, I'm not gonna lie. Who else? We got a little follower. MyQB, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Super, super nice of you. Super duper. Super duper Kyle. There we go. Cool.
Nothing is impossible.
And a sub. Twitch Prime. Use that Twitch Prime sub. That's right.
Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
Hey, friends.
So appreciate that sub coming in. Now you got some sweet mooch and coffee. We got 2, and hopefully in March, if we keep our sub count up, we'll get a 3rd tier 1 emoticon. I would love that. That'd be super rad. I'd really like that. Very cool. But mooch, mooch. So, all right, let's see. Does this work? All right, let's see. So, all right. Yeah, IntelliSense and VS for Mac. So, good question. So, we redid the entire engine in Visual Studio 2017 for XAML to reuse the WPF and UWP stuff, which was great. So, it's kind of a quick win, did some optimizations there. For VS for Mac, it's totally happening. But there's a lot of crazy work that needs to go into that. But there's a lot of things happening in VS 2019 Mac. So I think this year we'll see a very large improvement in that area because I know XAML editing is a large pain point. So the team is working pretty hard on a lot of that stuff. I don't know when it'll land, but when you do, we'll blog about it. We'll definitely let you know. So, all right. So we got our static resource, image button social, command, open URL command. This should work. Yes, Pinda, we hope to solve that. That is correct. So I think a lot of that is just how the IntelliSense engine between VS Mac and other things sort of came down. But I do hope that it'll all be fixed. We should do some more data binding too. I feel like this is all in here. Well, this is going to be a regex change at some point. We're going to do some translations. My image button. Line break mode. I'm going to put this in a parallax scroll view at some point too. Yeah, the IntelliCode at some point too for Mac would be great. Let's see. I know we're debugging. Let's see what I know what it'll look like on iOS, which I think will be just fine. The question is, what will it look like on Android for the image button? I haven't used our image button yet, so I just thought about it. It's like, well, there's an image, there's a button. There it goes. There we go. All right, cool. So that works. Cool. I don't get a nice ripple though on it, which would have been nice for some reason, but there we go. That's much easier, much nicer. There we go. Cool. So that's in there. Looks good. Oh, you don't like the nav bar? Yeah, I think we're eventually going to get rid of the nav bar, make it collapsible in some way. I don't like that there's not a shadow on it. Did I write a blog post on that at some point? I'm pretty sure I have a blog on that somewhere. Let's look here. Where's my... That's a drop shadow. Shadow. Forms navigation toolbar. Nav shell. Eventually this will probably be a shell app too. That, okay. Good, let us go into our Android app, our toolbar. Toolbar app. Oh, the colors? Yeah, we need to come up with official Hanselman colors. That out. Let's go away. Don't need that. Put this in here. Cool. Yeah, we definitely need to update the colors.
I feel blessed.
Anki 555. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Coming through strong. Build failed. How'd the build fail? That should clean that up. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. I think that we need an official palette. So I'm gonna spell palette wrong. Question is, what should our material palette be? Should it be a lime and a cyan? Should it be a purple and a teal? What should it be? Someone go figure this out. Someone go over there and give me the best palette to palette at materialpalette.com. Great. Indigo and blue. Indigo and blue. Like that? Purple? Maybe none? Just none. Depends what his branding colors are. I don't know what they are. But yeah, this is a very strong blue on there. Here we go. And that'll change the accent colors and things like that too. Like that. I like that. Nice drop shadow now. That's much better. Little. Oh, I guess you could override the... You could do the new title bar thing too, but that's cool. All right, cool. So let's put in these changes. The best thing is that if you want to change something, go over and just make an issue or a pull request on vNext. So do what? And there's the link to the GitHub repo. So let's say we use image button and update Android toolbar. All right, let's do that. Boop. right, let's go over to our GitHub page. Boop, boop. Close to the right. All right, this should be here. There's that thing where I can do the thing with checks or something. Be nice. How do I get a checks? I don't know how I requested checks from App Center. How do I get the thing? Periwinkle. Yeah, let's get some periwinkle in there. How do I get the thing where I get the thing from App Center? I get the... I don't even think I have it in App Center. Love it. No, I'm not gonna get back. In my apps, do I have it in here? No. Let's add a new app. Every time I type that, it comes up with a different number, different color. Android, xamarin. Good. Then we can't do a build. You could do it like bunch of stuff. Master, build. I'll just do a default debug build, so it doesn't really matter right now. Oh, that's a good. Okay, so good one. Okay, so branches. Check. Okay. Oh, there we go. Required pull request before merging. Required reviews. Required pull request reviews. No. Required status checks pass before that. We didn't find any status checks. Okay. I guess you would also want to do branch it. Default could be v next, maybe. I don't know. I'd rule. V next? Okay. Yeah, I want to just get it so it does a thing with the thing. How do I do it so it services GitHub? Oh, here we go. Bug tracker. That's how you create a ticket. Have the details. Upload a thing. To do, let's see, App Center, GitHub. Free. Okay. Checks. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I should probably answer. So, Jim, we have the video. We have the video in hand. We just need to figure out where we're putting it. And then we will put it somewhere. So yes, it's totally happening. It's going to be uploaded. We already have it. We got it. Very excited that we got it. It's totally there. So, PNDA asks, when you click it, wouldn't it be better to start those automatically? Yeah, this will just launch the app if you have the app, but they're not installed on this device. So when you launch the URL, it'll launch those automatically. So correct. I mean, by default, the browser, when it uses it, it'll attempt to use it anyways. So it'll try to use Twitter if you have Twitter installed or not. So like they're definitely, that's already in there. So I thought there was that like checks thing that you could, yeah, checks. I thought it was queued. But I want to link these things together. Status badge? Time builds? No. Very interesting. How do I get it? So GitHub, App Center, GitHub, check. Connect. I don't know. Don't know how it does it. Figure build? Do it again? I'd like to do it on PRs to the branch. Maybe I need to set up, not App Center, and I just need to set up Azure DevOps. Let us see. That's not good. James dot Azure dev dot azure.com / James Monty Magno. I spelled that wrong. Monty Magno. I don't know what it's doing. So if I do a new project, public, Hanselman.Forms, git agile, create. Create that project. Definitely building. You would think that it webhooks? Oh, there it is. There's that.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
But Jesh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Super awesome. Super rad of you.
Hey, friends.
What else we have? We have webhook. No, we have branches. Protected. Currently protected. Require no statuses. Great. All right, let us then project settings. We want no boards. We don't want repos. Fresh pipelines, builds, the new pipeline. It's on GitHub. Hanselman.Forms. Boom. Validate. Validate. Xamarin Android. I don't like. I want the visual editor. I don't like that. the thingy? Use the visual designer. There we go. All right, cool. So GitHub. I mean, I like the idea of YAML. It's not my jam. Not my jam. I mean, it should be. I like the idea of there being a YAML for my project, right? And there is one. I just like to see this stuff in general, and I want to be like, okay, I want this to be build my Android app. Boom. Okay. Build that. That should be fine. And then Hanselman.Forms. And then what I want is I want to be able to build Android app. Right? And then go ahead and don't even create an app package right now. And then how about we add like a new iOS app? And we add that there, and then we say we need to build, yes, the solution in this case. Build for iOS simulator, don't do that. Build iOS. Cool. No need to sign right now. Publish. Hit a drop. Oh, and we can actually do both of these on a Mac. Because this is just going to be on my Mac. Oh, I guess the pipeline is there. This is going to be on a Mac. The other one, if I do Windows, it could be on that too. Then what I can do is I can say variables, I can do triggers, and I can say give me continuous integration. Let's include the next. Let's do pull request validation, include the next, and pull requests, blah, blah, blah. Let's save it. Save it into that folder. Go into our iOS app. I'm gonna do debug for now in the iOS app. Definitely not signing. Okay. Then we'll totally get our stuff. Do a pipeline. Let's just do Mac. Let's do inherit from pipeline. Save. Save. Now here's the YAML. Right, the YAML's there, which is cool. I don't know. Cool. Cute. Cute. Cool. All right. We're doing it. So then, well, I mean, the agent, unless you can do parallelization on them, which I don't know if you can. You run them at the same time. Do I clone here? Clone here. This down. Clone. Like that. This could be iOS app. Build and then Android build. Could be iOS. Job, there you go. How's that? And then save that. Boop. can also see if it's going to build or not. I don't know. That failed. Wah, wah, wah. That's good. Maybe this one needs to be built here. Boop. Boop. See what it looks like. There you go. So you got Android agent, iOS agent. That's cool. All right. Anyways, let us, not require this for now until we actually get it set up, and let's actually focus on coding. Let's just pull this in. Good and good. All right, cool. So what we want to do today, delete that branch, come in, look at my branches. We could always have a vnext. Do not merge next. Boom. Pull request. Boom. Then we kind of have an ongoing thing, and we can see all the builds that are happening here. That's cool. And then we will do fix bindable stuff here. Close that issue. Check, check. Now what I'm going to do is let's do the links to put in the apps. He says podcast. We need to find a podcast icon. We'll add that later. But let's see here. The next thing we want to do is look at our, maybe not a collection view, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a podcast page with cards in a grid. There we go. And that's what we're going to do today. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new, let's close the project. Go into my vnext. We're going to sync. Digital Drummer asks, hey man, long time no see. It's been a while. When am I going to come back to AZ and give some talks? Good question, man. It's been a long time since we hung out. Good question. I've taken some time off from travel, just personal things in my life. I actually am planning this idea of doing a small user group tours. So do kind of midweek travels, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fly out and then drive from place to place. So maybe I would do like Phoenix and Tucson, or Phoenix and Vegas or something, and kind of manage those user groups. It's kind of been a while since I did some stuff, but I'm working on a bunch of stuff right now for user groups. So that's definitely on my path. So vnext. Hey Onyx, Onxy, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's see, podcast page. Boom. All right, let's put that there. Oh, it's under vnet. There we go. That's right. I thought I could do vnext / could do it. Guess not. Oh, cool. Yep. I have lots of fun stuff at the summit to talk about. I'm putting my slides together right now, which is really cool. So, hey, everyone in the chat. We got a bunch of people in the chat in case you're curious what we're doing here. We were working on my Hanselman.Forms stuff.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. Welcome to the stream. Right now, we're going to work on putting together a podcast page for Hanselman in the Hanselman.Forms app. So Hanselman has Hansel Minutes, but let's go to .com. Still never been a guest on Hansel Minutes, just saying. He's got Hansel Minutes, Developer Life, and Ratchet and the Geek in here. And for each of these, we want to create a little spot. I know these haven't been updated in forever. Maybe one day he'll bring back the developer's life, but it's good to have an archive, even if they haven't been there for a long time. And he has Azure Fridays, but that's video, so we don't want to do that quite yet. But let us go into what we have here. So we don't have a podcast. What we've been doing here so far is we have a we used to have a root that just had the different pages there, and then the podcast page would bring in this menu type, and it would figure out basically when you tapped on that, there was this feed item that was brought in, and the feed item just sort of had a bunch of junk in it. It was kind of like all the RSS stuff. So I think when I went to the podcast playback page, it would parse out the item, and it would have the play, pause, stop, and disappearing stuff. But I think that we created those manually. Let's look at the current way that we did it in master. We had a menu page, and this thing had some menu items in it. There you go. Had a new podcast page, and every podcast page had a menu type of ID in it. So everything had a podcast page, and inside that podcast page, it brought in a menu item, which did a podcast view model. And then I just switched over to say, like, which podcast is it? Is it Hansel Minutes? Is it Ratchet and the Geek? Is it This Developer Life? This isn't really a great... And then we just brought in the feeds, like when you tapped on one, so it's very generic. But it's really not a great idea to do it that way. It's like, here's this feed item, but, you know, go parse these feeds and bring them in and not cache them at all or do anything. And it did parse the RSS feed, but it wasn't super pretty. So this is good, but this will be on the, like, a podcast detail page, should have a bunch more stuff. So I think what we want to do is we want to create a new item. We're going to call it podcast. That podcast is going to have some properties. First going to be a base model, and a base model is has a title, details, and ID. I think here though, everything implements an iNotify property changed, which is not ideal. So we're going to bring in our friend MVVM helpers. Pretty sure I don't have that. Go and install that everywhere. Oh, it already is installed. Oh, weird. Interesting. Okay, so I don't even know if I need it to be a base model. I can just say observable object. Observable object. Cool. That's the podcast. It's an observable object, and then we can start to do some things in here. So a podcast should have a title. It's probably never going to change. Should have a
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
feed. Let's see. Calgan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're on our way. 777, it looks like. Pretty awesome. Hello.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. So we're going to do it. We have a title. We have a image or box art. Art, podcast art. art. Is art. Get set. We're gonna do a public string description. What else are we gonna do? It has a public string feed URL. And then it probably, Hanselman's just the host, but we can do maybe a, let's see what he has. So if I open these up, let's say an Apple Podcasts. There's a category. So we should have a category. Tech news, tech news. Maybe hosts. Should have a and we can do, let's do a new model. We're gonna call it
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
a host. Podcast host. Call it just a host. Zoonjin coming in.
Hey, friends.
Thanks for the follow, I appreciate that. Right now we're gonna do just a public string of name. So, and we might have multiple hosts and we can expand those over time, but for right now we're just gonna put in a public string of hosts, or public list of host. Call it hosts. In fact, what we should probably do is do a host has a string avatar URL. So there's a name and an avatar URL if we need it, perhaps. Hey.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
I'm way
Oh.
up, I feel blessed.
Bill, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're on our goal, on our way. Hooking up. Welcome to people. I'm coming on. If you're coming in watching for the first time, building some Xamarin apps. We're working on our Hanselman.Forms app here. And right now we're going to work on this podcast page and make it look pretty. Make it look pretty. That's the goal overall. Let's do a public string of category. Sounds good. Just the main category, I guess, will be fine. And we could even have a public string of website URL. And you could even do a Twitter URL, like public string Twitter URL. Right? Side there. All right, that's cool. That looks good. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come into our view models. Public release date for the app? Or for when? What do you want to know? I'm so confused. Let's do a... Oh, cool. Yeah, Bill, I'm glad that you... Bill Ashton, the Bill only Ashton. Very cool. Yeah, very excited. Updating this. For the podcast? For which podcast? Which I'm so confused. So many questions. I need longer. Yeah, this is for yeah. Oh, sorry. There you go. This is for a podcast, and then there will be another class in here called podcast episode in there at some point. So this is just for putting the 3 podcasts inside of here. So ideally what we'd want to do is do something like, well, we're going to get it going. So the view model, this will be add new item, podcast directory view model. And we should have a base view model, which will come in from our MVVM helpers. And then what this will have is a public list of podcast and podcasts. Yep. This will be a public directory view model. And if we're going really great, we can do add interfaces. I don't know if I want interfaces. I think I was going to create a like get podcasts, but we could do a new data service. James, what do you like? Prism, MVVM Lite, MVVM Cross, or straight without any frameworks? Great question. I am a straight without any frameworks type of guy, but I do love Prism if you want a lot of structure to your app. I think xamarin.Forms had a lot of MVVM stuff built in, so it's kind of all there. I used to use MVVM Lite every single day. Get podcasts async. There you go. I used to use MVVM Lite for all of my Windows Phone apps, all of my initial Xamarin apps that I built. And yeah, it was great in general. So mock data service. I mean, right now this is just going to come from inherently here. Yeah, people like Prism a lot. I think it's great. Brian does a great job and the team does a great job with it. And yeah, I like it. I just don't build a lot of stuff, I guess, that needs extra framework. So, uh-oh, we got the C# Fritz in the room.
Hey, friends.
Friends, I need a Fritz button. I got this now, Fritz.
My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
All right, so we got a task here, and then what we're gonna do is we are going to do get podcast async. So go off and get some podcasts asynchronously. We're gonna, oh my god, task dot from. I don't know why I did that. There should be a new non-enumerable podcast. There we go. Like, I'm not even doing anything. Go. Do that in there. And let's do podcasts. Podcasts. There we go. Boop. It is C# Fritz. Someone says, I hope the release contains Brian Shabbat contains EF core issues with iOS. Yeah. SQLite EF core. Yeah, the EF core, they're always doing stuff. I guess I need to do dot to enumerable. Do array. I guess that's a. Ugh. How come? Oh, I guess I need to do this. Like cast it or whatever. Stupid. All right, so we can do podcasts. Add, and then we'll do a new podcast. And then what we're gonna do is we should have our code over here, which we just looked at, to pull up the Hanselman app. Use models, podcast view model. Up. There we go. And we could do like title right now. We'll just do Hansel minutes. And then we'll do build our data object. We'll do art. That's a good way of doing it. HM full.jpg. That's just a locally included one. Probably want to pull that from the internet at some point. We'll do a host equals new list of host. A var host equals new host. Hanselman. We'll say name is Scott Hanselman. There we go for now, and then we're gonna put Scott just in these. Go. Then we're gonna put a category. This will be tech news. And we'll just do a feed URL for now. The feed URL is going to be down here, which is this one. So I'm pretty sure that's right. And we'll double check with his RSS on the Hansel minutes. RSS. Simplecast RSS, probably where it is now. All right, put that there. Then we'll do Hansel minutes, website feed. Okay. And I think he even has a Twitter account for it. We can also grab the description from here. That in there. Cool. All right. And the last thing is I'm pretty sure he does have a Twitter account. So, boop. Yep. Cool. There we go. Cool. All right, that's good. All right, have fun. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for gifting things. Thanks for being awesome, Fritz. We love you.
Hey, friends.
Have a good day.
Nothing is impossible.
All right, that's Scott Hanselman's Tech Podcast. Let's go ahead and add another one. And we're going to add, do this developer's life. That one is going to be also tech news, the description. Then this will be here. Here is this one, developer's life. Developer's life website. I don't think it has a Twitter account at all, so that's okay. Boop. Hanselman. That one's gonna be this developer's life full. All right, this one's gonna be Ratchet full. Boom. This one's gonna be Ratchet and the Geek. And that one's gonna be comedy. This one here. Description. Boop. Then we're gonna get rid of Twitter, the website. The URL is gonna be this one here. Feed burner. Here. Finally. Gotcha. Cool. Now we got the podcast. Hey Daniel, how's it going, buddy? How's it going?
Hey, friends.
All right, cool. So that's going to be our Get podcast async. Didn't need that. Going to be our little mock service. That's good. Out of here, we're going to have an iData service. In fact, what we should really do is create a new class that is the viewModelBase. Boop. That thing is a base view model. Gotta have a lot of bases and view models and view model bases. And then this thing will have a public or have a iData service. Service here. And then we can do public iData service, data service, get. And then we'll do the data service equals dependency service dot get iData service. Cool. It'll work, and then in here, oh, didn't work. What did I do wrong? Close it off. Now we got a data service. That's good. And then I can do assembly dependency. And we want implementer type. Type of iData service. Boop. Cool. Now we got our iData service, our dependency service. That's coming through in here. And then now we have our view model base for our public podcast. Boop. Make this an observable range collection. Yep. Then what we'll do is we will do a public I command is load podcasts and hit. Down here we'll do a brand new public, or no, sorry, async task get load podcasts execute load podcasts here. Then what we'll do to get this in here is we're going to do a try, catch an exception for now, and do nothing. We'll do app dot current dot main page dot display. We're going to display an alert dialog just for debug purposes on here. Error. You don't want to ship with that, but you know. ex.message, and then okay. Put that there. Wait on that. Do that there. Do this here. Then we'll say if is busy. Return. Finally, do is busy equals false, and then we'll do a it's true. Put a if def if debug. Oh yeah, probably I could do that. If debug. Never configure a fault waste. No, don't do that. Don't. Here's a pro tip. Never use configure await false unless you're a library creator and you know what you're doing. That's just getting yourself in trouble. Don't do that. As far as I know, I'm not a master of configure await, but very negligible enhancements if that. So. One time it caused a whole bunch of issues. I don't trust configure await false, so I think it shouldn't be there. But what do I know? Hi, friend.
Hey, friends. My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
Yeah, find Scott on the internet.
Hey, friends.
Huh. I did. I pressed it. It's good to go. Hi, friends. So now we can do load podcast app. This was me last night, by the way. Let me see if I can get this up here. He is here. So I actually have Scott Hanselman on my stream deck happening. Friends?
Hey, friends.
Hey, every time someone comes in, hey, friends. It took me a while to find that one in general, just to get a good one in there for it. I had to download a lot of YouTube videos in general just to get that. Cool. All right, so there's our command, public command, load podcast command. Boom, boom, boom. We got a bunch of podcasts totally happening. Let's do var pods equals await data service dot get his podcast async, and then let's do podcasts dot replace range. Boom. Pods. Boom. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Pods. Yep. Scott, good to have you here as always. Thanks for joining in. We're making some progress. We did update this, so now these are nice little image buttons. We're gonna add the podcast thing in there too. But now what we're working on is putting all of your podcasts right here in a nice little grid in general.
Way up, I feel blessed.
TI, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Coming through. Cool. So there we go. It's cool that he came in. I mean, I didn't tweet at him directly this time. So, you know, Hanselman is a subscriber. He's a mod. He loves the community. He's a gentleman and a scholar. Have I considered using the async command? Yeah, I should probably pull that in. I've been trying to get that into xamarin.forms for a while, so we'll see if they actually ever let me do it. So. All right, so podcast directory page. Boom. So what we want to do is figure out content page dot binding context. We're gonna do a view model. It's gonna be the podcast directory view model. Boom. If our IntelliSense is working, then we have to recompile. It should pull it in. One build error. Oh, I know it doesn't exist. We had it working the other day. Good. View models equals view model. There we go. All right, so that at least pulls it in from there. That should do that. Podcast directory view model. Cool. All right. All right, now what we want to do is we want a scroll view inside of here for the podcasts. Title should be podcasts. And then I'm pretty sure what I want, if I pull this out, FlexLayout. I don't know anything about a FlexLayout, so I know that I want it to wrap. I know I want my bindable, layout to be binding of podcasts in there. Okay. Oh, I wonder if my view model there. Interesting. Why is that one coming up as about coming up, but the other one's not? Public. Correct. Right. So I think with the flex layout, we should be able to be like flex layout dot bindable dot item template here, and then we have a data template, and then inside that, we should be able to do like a frame. And then we should have like a, should be able to do like a on platform Android equals true, iOS equals false. I mean, I want to use the new material stuff at some point, so we'll use that there. Oh, Jonas, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're coming in strong. We're always up to 780, something like that. I hope to get to 800. That'd be rad by the end of March. Scroll view in xamarin.Forms 4.0 does not accept both. Did you follow a bug? Go look at the bug. They're probably working on it already. So, yeah, definitely hook up the issues over on the forms one. So then what we're going to do is we're going to have only a grid inside this frame. So a frame can hold multiple things inside of it. And pretty sure what we want to do is have like a grid dot row definitions, and probably a row definition of, the first one is like 200. So let's say we do, a width of 200 for some. I'm just putting these arbitrary numbers in here now. Let's say we do a thing. Hey, Robin.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. Yeah, one needs to be a little bit louder. Where's my hey friends at? Very hard. He was very quiet when he goes,
Hey, friends.
Friends. All right, so there's that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a row definition of auto friends. If you want to open bugs, head over to github.com/xamarin/xamarin.forms. Ref. So all the bugs and feature requests are all in here. So you can, all the bugs get triaged, or if there are regressions or other things, you want to put it in here basically. Christos, my man, thank you for coming in, giving me that follow. I appreciate that. Getting that follow count up. So that's where you want to go, right there. And you can't do links in it, but we can, a mod can post that link in there. Okay, cool. So that looks good. And then let's just do an image, and we'll do source of binding, and then is in my podcast. Art and title. Art. And aspect will be aspect aspect fill. I mean, it should be perfect, but then we can do a title or label. And let's do a, inside of this here, we'll do a, oh, I don't want to do a padding in there. Don't want to do any, we'll do margin of N0, and text will be binding to title. Okay. Christos, hold on. Now you can do it. There you go, Christos. Now you can do it. All right. So now we got our podcast directory. We got our bindable layout. Now I don't know anything about a flex layout, so I should probably layout xamarin.Forms. When in doubt, Google it. That's what I say. Flex layout is intriguing because it can automatically wrap basic controls in a view, and then since we're sort of,
I'm way up, I feel
so this is going to direction column space evenly. Adron coming in. Yeah, when in doubt.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. So what's going on, Adron? We're catching you up. We're catching you up on the hotness. CMDer, thank you. Commander, CMDer. Commander, thank you for the follow.
Hey, friends.
Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, friends. Got a whole crew here.
My name is Scott Hanselman. You can find me on the internet.
We're building a Scott Hanselman app, as we know. So right now what we're doing is we just went through, and last week, also you can bang what, Natch. And I did a whole blog post on this. About every week I'm going to be working on this. And we did tabs. We also updated some of the layout stuff over here in this about page to be more modern. We're going to do some scrolly stuff, but what we're working on now is this podcast. We want to put a FlexLayout, which I know nothing about. Every time I hear FlexLayout, I'm just
This
like,
is enough to scare me to go update my LinkedIn profile and look for another job.
we're going to go ahead and put a bunch of little things in here. So little, rotating squares, if you will, that are for the podcast that you click on and go to details. So we're pretty close. We created a data service to get the podcasts. We have the mock data service to get Hanselman's podcasts. We have a podcast directory view model where I get my view model-y stuff here, which is good. And then I have a playback page, or podcast directory page, which has this flex layout. And I need to figure out how to make things work. So there's a bunch of properties that I don't understand what to do. So I don't understand what they do. Whoa.
Wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible.
Rosales, thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Of course, everything, any subs, any bits, anything go directly to Girls Who Code. So we appreciate that. And Microsoft matches any of the contributions that come into this channel, which is super rad, which is awesome. James, use the style and Conference Vision app. Yes, I always use it to make a wrap. That's what I want to do, but I want to figure it out myself this time. Yeah, you know me, MVVM, Adron, all day MVVM. I love MVVM so much that when you go, I have a whole series right here. Command parameters, commands. Where's my data binding? Who doesn't love that? If I type in MVVM, the most popular video I ever did, where's it at? This one, MVVM helpers, MVVM Lite. Where's that? Like the very first episode I ever did on the Xamarin Show. Got a sub train going through. Wow, 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 wow. There's Prism. See, Prism's right there. Episode 5, MVVM and data binding. Top viewed video ever for the Xamarin Show. I was so skinny, so in shape. Not anymore. Okay. Who came in? Amarond, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Raven. Thank you for the sub coming in hard. You got some sweet emotes coming your way.
Hey, friends.
He needs to be. Thank you, friends. Thanks, friends. Of course, everything, like I said, go to Girls Who Code, and Microsoft matches that every single month. That goes in quarterly, and I tweet that out. Last year, we raised, I think it was $300 or $400, and I only had been doing it for a month or two, which is awesome. Adron, come back. Come back. Nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible.
Love it. All right, so this thing here, direction, column, alignment. This is what I want. I bet if I do... Oh, align self. That's kind of what I want. Photo wrapping. Box view. How do I do this? This is what I want. Photo wrapping. Where's the XAML? Flex layout. Oh, this doesn't have the new thing inside of it yet. Huh. Wrap, justify. Oh, interesting. Wrap, justify content, space around. Wrap. Is that all I gotta do? No way. Wrap, reverse wrap. Whoa. Now that would be cool, reverse wrap for like a chatbot thing. And then what was the other one? Wrap. Justify content. Let me just space around. Boom. Now all I need to do here is do a little hack. Shh, don't tell anyone. Let's do podcast directory view model. VM get. VM equals finding context. Oop. We need to load our data, so we need to do an override on appearing. We do if VM.isBusy or VM.podcast.count greater than 0, return, else await. Actually, I can do VM dot load podcast command dot execute. No, actually, I don't even need to wait on that. Cool. Yeah, Adrian, you should come back on. Channel 9 crew is the crew with the mostest. I love them so much. They're amazing. Great cause. Glad to help out. Awesome. And you get some sweet emotes. Now tier 1 subs getting the sweet mooch and coffee cup, which I'm now out of coffee. This is cold coffee. I don't like that. Will your command ever throw? It will not throw in this case. So I have it here with this async await stuff, but it captures everything there. I do need a better way of doing this, and I think I'm going to, in a further one, look at some reactive stuff to do this. Jeffrey and I have been talking about me learning some reactive extensions, and I think this one is a great candidate for it specifically. So yes, actually, good PR, Jeffrey, to be like, no, James, do it this way. Yeah. Everything here is handled here as far as the stuff. I could do a don't do anything if it's loading type of thing. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Now, I don't know if my podcast page is going to look perfect, but I think it does. Oh, I also didn't do grid.row1, probably. Booting up anyways. Just let it do cancel. You like how I come in and I press all the buttons? No keyboards? What is a keyboard? Yeah, the execute should handle all the error catching and stuff like that. Although it's not going to handle if the user has navigated to a different page or left the app or anything like that. App state's hard. App state's hard. Yep. Refka, thank you for coming in. Don't worry, I export all of these over to YouTube as well. You can find it in the links below. All right, deploy. Deploy. What are we doing? Signing. Wrap space around. What else does this do? While I'm in here. So this is showing me how to get photos. Stock demos. That's cool. That's cool. That's crazy that you can create this view in the flex layout. So you do row 1. That's interesting. Row 1, so fill it. Order -1. Basis 50. I don't understand that at all. Content. Footer. Huh. Oh, that's cool. Catalog items with flex. Oh. Default constructor not found. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. Okay, so we go into my services. Good thing we put that in debug. And we need to do a new public. Keyboards. Oh, keyboards. Keyboard 1. Keyboard 2. So many keyboards. All the keyboards. Who doesn't want to have 18 or 19 different keyboards? All the keyboards, I say. Okay. Do, 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 do. No mechanical keyboard. No, I'm not that cool. Not that cool. Why didn't this do stuff? Oh, I'm silly. This should be this. Silly James. So the dependency service is looking for the type, and then it finds the interfaces that it implements. So that's why it didn't work. Ah. When you code in real life, everything goes wrong. Do. Interesting. What is this thing? Where's my mini at? All right. The podcasts. If I debug and see what's happening here. I didn't put a loading thing on there at all. Podcasts.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
The Red Jungle, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're inching our way up to 8 hundo for the day. 8 hundo, and
Hey, friends.
get a nice little hey friends. Hey friends. That's why I don't need a fancy keyboard, because you know I just follow Donovan's advice.
And I'm gonna do what all Visual Studio developers do. I'm gonna start right-clicking on everything.
All I do all day is busy, or it's greater. This should work. Let's go into our view model. Let's go into our pods. Huh. False. Oh, it updated. Okay. That's good. C. All right. What did I do wrong here? Interesting. Maybe something isn't public. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I got podcasts. I got 3 podcasts in there. Why not? Oh yeah, I could. I could. Depends. You could put it in here, but maybe I want to do a force refresh, and I want to be able to pass in an argument probably to it or something like that. Yeah, do a can execute. Also lazy. But I have a private set. I think you need to... No? This needs to get it. Well, the one thing that we can do here is we can... see if I'm crazy. and do a list view. When in doubt, let's just put an item source. Don't private set, it invalidates your I notify collection change subscriptions. Yeah, I don't think you need one. Fun paired program with the stream. Oh, okay, so something is awry with my thingy. So these are here. That's good. I wonder if findable layout collection. Findable layout xamarin.Forms. Ah, there we go. Chase just figured it out for me. So it does not. You have to raise a property. Ah, thank you. That's silly. When in doubt, Chase got it.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. Thank you. Okay, so. Well, we can easily test this, right? We can just say, okay, whenever I do this, yeah, that definitely needs to be fixed then. And I can say on property change.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Brett coming in. Wah, Brett.
Hey, friends.
Thank you for the thank you for the follow. Oh man. All right, so this should work then. Yeah, how come it doesn't do it? I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that seems confusing. Then I don't need an observable range collection. Don't need that overhead. Let's see if that's in the xamarin.Forms. So like. Observable collection. No, that didn't work either. That did not work either. What am I doing wrong?
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Alright, I'm gonna do a stack layout. Just to see if I'm crazy. If I'm crazy. Like, unless it's something in the flex layout. Chase, thank you for the follow. Good to have you here, buddy. Long time no see. We need to definitely chat sometime. Set up a Calendarly and just let people chat at me, see what they're up to. Besides, obviously, on the live stream. Really excited to have so many people joining in and following along on the Hanselman adventure. All right, so podcasts. Very strange. I want to test one thing here. I want to test to see if this thing gets called when it is it's behind. I'm a little worried that it's like calling this on appearing. It's not appearing yet because it's not the main tab. I think that's kind of a bug if so. See, yeah. This page isn't even visible yet. This is getting called. So I wonder if it's something where like the UI isn't visible and it calls it, but I don't want it to call it. It's gonna slow down the app if we're doing that on load and it gets here. That's bad. That is bad. Gotta determine if it's the visible page or not. I guess on appearing is bad to do it in, but I don't know. It's definitely not appearing yet. Let's So we can see what the watch window is. Local window. So I want to do. That's rough. That's interesting that it calls it anyways. That's definitely doesn't seem correct. All right, so if I go into my watch, main page should always be my tabbed page dot currently select. If app current dot main page is tabbed page and dot current page equals this question mark. That'll reverse it. So only if it is a tabbed page and this is the current page, then do it. Yeah, that works out for us here. Like that's a bug. Not really appearing yet. Not really appearing. Maybe because it's in the bottom navigation. Question mark, exclamation point. But yeah, it seems like it's gonna load all my stuff at once. And that's not what we want to go for here at all. That's not an ideal situation. I'm wondering if it's getting the UI update, but it's not really getting it. What is the current page? Navigation page. Got root page. And to this, and current page is navigation page. Nav page and nav page dot root page equals this. So if magic here is tabbed page and it's a navigation page and the root page is rough. Seems weird that it's that, but and that shouldn't get hit anymore. The root page only basically call it if it's this because it is inside of a navigation page. It's probably also the slowdown of a bunch of other of my pages. I could have a base page in a sense that checks all this stuff. But I didn't do it either. Okay, this gets called. Main page is a tabbed page, which has a current page, of a navigation page, which has a root page of this. That doesn't get called? Oh, it does. Definitely. Huh. Findable layout. I feel as though this is not my layouts. IEnumerable. Get items. Set item source. Do you think it's a layout? Oh, you think they're there, Chase? Oh, Christos. I feel like that's correct. Oh, circle image. That's funny. Huh. Frame with the grid. Bindable layout. Try to set a width and height. Then we'll do a vertical. Oh, maybe it's not. Background color of red when in doubt. No. I do it. Data template. Attach property. Item source. Item template. Flex layout. People were using flex layouts. This all looks correct. All looks correct to me. Item source. Bindable layout. Because we're not in 2019. All right. Do this. I could do label text binding to title. On my podcast, which now let's just double check my model and make sure I didn't mess that up. Public class, title, art. It all looks correct. Public. It could be that the stack is not big enough, perhaps. Like it didn't have any content, so the stack layout like didn't recalculate, perhaps. So let's see what this does. At least the whole thing should be red. That's the goal, at least at a high level. Yeah, links don't work unless you're a mod, so that's the only reason why. It's the only thing. All right, let's see here. So this should compile. That should work. Come on, item template, right? Item template. Template. That looks good. Oh, one way to source. Whoa, 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 what? No. Two-way. That's evil if so. I mean, because the other one works. Like when I actually have the items already preset, that totally works. So that would make sense if that's the case. I guess that's weird. We need to document that, I think. So if that's the case. Podcasts. But here, it still wouldn't do it because I didn't change it yet. So I also want to, let me just change something really quick. I apologize, but this is going to upset me if it keeps loading all this data. All right, and then inside of the podcast page is a blog page. There we go. All right, need to fix that up because it's annoying me. So if it's default, like, let's see here. So product feedback. No, that's not what I want. issue. We'll say, so this is how you do an issue here. Can we add documentation on Chase? There you go. Try again. I just need to put links and allow links. That's what I'm going to do. That'll be next. I'll allow links. Remove some mods. Just make everyone a mod. Add documentation on default binding mode for bindable layout. If that's the case. .com/xamarin/xamarin.forms blob/master/xamarin.layout.cs. I can type real good. Right, added place. Oh, I bet there was nothing in there. Oh, interesting. I wonder if... Okay. I think I know what's happening. That's strange. I bet if I do add range, I bet if I do if podcasts dot count is greater than 0, then podcasts dot replace range, and then pods else. I bet it's doing a check. I bet you don't need this, because if you saw add this, I think this will work. Add range, else don't add range. I bet it will do it. Seems interesting that it's different than list view, because list view obviously did it, and I did it the same. It's probably, I mean, this should work. There we go. Okay. So besides that, I need to figure out why that on appearing is getting called. So now they're there. Yay. Okay. Thank you, Chase.
Hey, friends.
Nothing is impossible.
Okay, so get rid of this. I probably don't need the two-way data binding. Let's see. I think that should be fine then, if that's the case. Interesting. So for whatever reason, my observable range collection, it's sending off something to do it. Huh. Interesting. Now I need to figure out why. All right, this is up, and then hold on. Put this back in a FlexLayout, and then I need to do a wrap, and a evenly. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, cool. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. It does observe the collection. It observes it good. But that does seem like maybe it's a bug in maybe my MVVM helpers. So someone did report here that the add range not firing, but it definitely does. Reset. I don't know. I don't know if that's even supported. Okay. Podcasts. It is calling it, but it's here. Okay, so, whoa, okay. We're getting a lot closer, but yeah, it's definitely not the intended effect. We should be able to do like a margin of like 10 around everything. I guess let's do like a smaller proportion maybe and see if it's a small emulator, so that could be. But it does look bigger than 2. Right. Oh, and then yeah, that should work. No worries. Not your fault, Chase. Not your fault. It's all good. All right, now we're looking like maybe. Need to figure that out. Okay, all right. We're getting much closer. I don't know why the height of it is still a little strange. Oh, why can you scroll this thing? You shouldn't be able to scroll it. Definitely don't want that. Wrong. Let me go to my root homepage, and I should be able to do an Android up to page dot. There we go. Okay, so we're looking better and yet odd. So that's good. Let's go back to our FlexLayout. So we want to be able to. How do they do that? I don't want that on the bottom. Like, I just want it to be wrap. Okay, so direction is if it's not set, it has a default of column, meaning the children are arranged in rows in the main axis is horizontal. Direction. Interesting. Spinner in here. The row height is, that's, I guess the margin. No, that's left, right. Margin of 10. Let's just, 4, I guess. Oh, that's the margin outside of it, which is correct. Be like, effect fill. Adding 0 just in case. Okay, so 0 just in case. All right, what else are we trying to do here? So fill and expand, wrap, space evenly, column, row. So row versus column. Let's do this. So conference, vision, app. All right. So when it comes down to it, he has this thing set up. Where's the? You have a new one. Really? 13 days ago. I like that. Achievements page. Boom. He has a repeater view in there. Ah! Styles folder. So do you think it's like the... Is it in here? I don't see it. Files. Achievements view. Row. Flex, row, space between. Flex, row, space between. Flex, row, space between. Because it basically his repeater view was, oh, it was that before the bindable layout, because it is a flex layout. Electric Habit, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Pretty rad. What was the other thing? Direction. Direction. Row. What's a flow direction? Left to right. Oh, flow direction is the Alright, that's good. All right, so let's see here. A little bit big. I don't know why they're so big either. Whoa, Jazz Punk.
Work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
Thank you for the follow, or thank you for the subscription. Twitch Prime sub coming in hard. Appreciate that. Of course, like I said earlier, all subs, all bits, all go to charity, Girls Who Code. So appreciate that. And Amazon, or that comes into Twitch, and then that comes through me, and then I donate that, and then Microsoft matches that. So it's pretty rad. All right, so also not what I want. Oh, but now they're there. Interesting. So interesting. So that's better. I don't know why they're so tall. Oh, vertical. Maybe just get rid of these flex layouts. 'Cause I think it's like filling it. The flex layout is filling it. I probably don't want that. Space around? Oh yeah, space evenly? I don't know. All these things are so confusing. Flex layout, I love to hate ya. Love to hate ya. I just download this demo. Too much, Charles Petzold. I love you. It's just too much. Oh, cool. Yeah, let me know how it goes. Always interested in helping out if you're doing stuff. All right, so I also want to debug why the thing isn't coming up, but now it can't. It's closer, but I don't know. I don't know why they're so tall. Why are they so tall? There's a frame, it has a margin, it has a padding. Space around, space evenly. I'm most curious if I should just do like a list view that is horizontal scrolling, so you can just scroll through the podcast instead of putting it in a grid. That could be the other thing I do, and like not even use a bindable layout, just like do this thing. Grid, row. How do you make it so snug? So that's at least better because they're spaced evenly. Oh wait, what? Do I have the app locked? Do a rotation? I know the collection view is coming soon. I just feel like I could have done it here. Where's my... I have it locked to portrait. It should just work though. I know collection view is coming soon, but I guess I could wait. But I feel as though, like, why is there space in between here? Very strange, because like if I look at this, there's definitely space in between them. Interesting. I bet if I do... So this frame, I could do vertical options start. So start and expand maybe. Like a... Let us see. So space evenly is the correct thing, because then if I do this, oh, there we go. That is correct. That's kind of funny, because yeah, then it would scroll up and down, but I don't know. He just needs to have 4 podcasts. That's the that's the I guess you might have a bigger phone too, so it might do a lot more, I guess. But yeah, I guess the other thing I could do is I could do like podcasts on the bottom that where you scroll left and right on and do something else. But I feel like you need to figure out why that thing is not. There's a loading. Oh, now why is that not? Why is that being so high? I wonder if it's because I'm just like specifying too many things. Oh, yeah, so great question. So the app that we're working on is this Hanselman.Forms app that I started building a long time ago. It's kind of like a Scott Hanselman idol slash could be your own, you know, personal brand type of application. So this app originally created it so you can browse his like Twitter feed and his RSS feed and see all of his blog posts and things like that. And then they morphed to be able to like play his podcasts and his videos, and of course you could replace this with like anything. So what we're trying to do is format up the podcasts. No, that's interesting. So they work good. They're so close. I think I don't really know. Come on. Very interesting. Okay, so this is at least better because the height is there, but I want it needs to be like space in between. I know. When in doubt. When in doubt, right? And then, how's the thing is my fear is that like, Here's material, fine, card view, cards. Yeah, what I could do is, action. That's interesting.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Capital Twitch, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Pretty rad. Oh, that's really cool. Look at that. Oh, it says don't do that. That's funny. Pick and move. All right. I'm just trying to see if there's like an anatomy of how to do a non-rectangular thing. They're like, oh, everything will be a rectangle. There. That's kind of what you like that, I guess. Could just make it a card. All right, let's try this. I'm also want to debug to understand why the podcast directory page, this thing is not getting hit again when I tap on it. So we'll see. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a long time ago when we did the video one back in the day. That'd be rad. Yeah, it was rad. I'm trying to update stuff, make it look pretty. That's my entire goal. Make it look pretty. Prettier than it was, at least. That's my goal. Let's see. You want to debug through? I'm gonna have to have someone from the xamarin.Forms team be like, how do I make this pretty? Whoa. Oh, because this is the, so when I do the podcast directory page, the pink is the FlexLayout, so it's filling the whole thing. Interesting. And I have that weird bug where I don't hit it again when I go in. That's definitely a bug. Like it doesn't.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Blingablong, thank you so much for the follow as well. Good to have you here. Maybe we can crush some more code at one point in time together. So, very intriguing because this frame margin, let's do this. We're gonna add some layer complexity for absolutely zero reason. Besides that, I want a margin of 10 on it. Doesn't really matter what it is, but grid is very, very easy. All right, and then what we want here is let's do a more coffee. I mean, we need more coffee to figure out this thing, basically. Yeah, and then each of the image, like what I really want to do is tell it, like, I really want the flex layout to be like only show 3 items or only show 2 items in this queue, you know? Like, hey, how do you make it so it's like, oh, only show like 2 items wide or other items? I should just use the collection view. Like maybe next week we just use the collection view. All right, now we're talking. Okay, so now things are just too big, but they are spaced correctly. So that's good. Here we probably just need like 4 on all corners. There, okay, so Auto. It's just making it as big as it needs to, but I don't understand why. If I do column. Oh, that's true. You can math based on the screen width and height. Yes. If you want to set a width, use flex basis on the item. What does that even mean? What? Flex. What do I set it to? What do I even do? I'm so confused. I thought that you could do it. What is happening? That's cool. That looks great. Well, that's cool. There goes podcast, yo. Oh. Like a grid. Like a grid. Like a grid. That does look cool. I don't know what I did, but I did it. So this should be row again. I enjoyed the pink background, surprisingly. I think that's really cool. So I also think I can probably get rid of this padding. Because it should have some now. Or you can use absolutes. So if I do this, flex a basis of 0.5, is that going to do it for me? Learn about that flex layout, all about that flex layout. It's like I want to love and understand the flex layout, but I just don't understand it. I need to. That upset me so much. Oh, that broke it. Flex basis 50. The basis attached property is to set 2 box view items to the width of 50. Oh no. Auto. Auto is the default. You can use basis to specify a pixel or a percentage that indicates how much you want to use. I like that. Like that. That's 40. Independent device. 0.25. That is because 50%. Like that. Basis property. The basis property. They're all the same. Look at that. Oh, 50%. 50%. I love this. Is my new favorite. That pink. The pink that we use for pink is a good pink. If you were in the code bind, use 0.5 instead of 50%. I don't know why that's. I think, yeah. Also need to figure out. Got it. Oh, we can get rid of. Wait a second. Each grid has a 10 around it. And I wanted to do this. That looks better. I don't know why it's 50. So each of them are 50. But if it's portrait. Oh. It could be like, oh, 50 or 3 across. I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. Because then it's like if I'm in portrait, I kind of want 3. I don't know anymore. So many properties. The grow property. What's that? The grow property plays a role when wrap property is set to no wrap, and the row of the children has a total width. Oh, I definitely have wrap on. Shrink property set to no property. There's so many things with the flex layout. So confusing. I don't know why I'm using it. We should watch this video by Jason. That's what we should do. Okay, let's rotate this back. I'm going to focus just on portrait. But okay. All right. Better. Why is that down? Why is it down there? I don't understand. Okay. So frame padding. It looks bad. Tablet. I don't know if that's going to do it for like that. We could do that. I use 2 columns on phone, 3 on tablets in my app. Like I'm just stressing so much over like Hanselman's podcast because there's only 3, so I could have just really put it in a grid. Like I could have just done a grid and it would have been just fine. Like I'm putting in a flex layout, but I could have just put it in a grid at some point. Should just use the repeater view. Wrap it. What is the repeater view? I want to know. That's what I need to look at. Where's the... repeater view? The flex layout. Oh, it just does all the binding. It's all flex layout. I see. Not exactly what I wanted. This should have a... setting of 4. I just don't know why this one's down here. It's just like, oh, it's just magically down here. Like, all right, cool. Just you do your own thing. Do your own thing. Yeah. So Terao, so in that example, they're adding it manually to the items, and that was before the bindable item source came out. So, or the bindable layout. So the bindable layout just is inserting those in manually for you when you go and do it. So very similar. All right, well, this looks okay. Not this doesn't look good, obviously. So but closer to what I want in general. So I could add the frames manually. I could just create this as a control and then add it manually into it, but it'd be doing the same exact thing. So the bindable layout has nothing to do with the kind of the issues I'm having. It's more about this thing that I'm doing. So, like, if I really wanted to, I could have just done... Get rid of these background colors. It's going to be annoying. Orange. I am using a standing desk. Yep, all day standing. I could change the percentage of when it's doing it. But I think what I need to do is set the like ideally what this would be is a dynamic property that I change when the device changes, and I could be like, oh, reset this thing whenever it changes. But I mean, in a real world, it's like I want it to fill, right? Like I want it to be big, and then aspect. I'll probably redesign this at some point just to be a little bit better. Maybe I'll just make them bigger card views that are in this, but maybe it just fills it by default. Like if I came in and I changed this to, say, just that I did like phone would be no wrap, and then tablet would be wrap, and then I bet I ended up doing column definitions. Then I could just do like, let's say that this is, I don't know, fill. And then this would be 1, 1, and this would be grid dot column. To align items? What? Oh my god. So many properties. I'm so confused. So many properties. That's all. That's so confusing. I need a FlexLayout inspector. Really get it going. Yeah, so that was a bad idea. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so on. So let's move this back. All right, so oh, FlexLayout, I love you. Struggles in FlexLayout land. Okay, so so you're saying line content? Oh gosh. Align items center. Align items is a type of horizontally. FlexLayout. Is it align items? And you're saying that I can do start. Yeah, there you go, Vin. That's Vin. It's it.
This is enough to scare me to go update my LinkedIn profile and look for another job.
It truly is. It truly is. Thanks, Donovan. All right, so the thing with FlexLayout is that it's really rad, but it's also the most complicated thing in the entire world. And I love to hate it because I want it to be awesome and be like, oh, look how great this is, and blah, blah, blah. I need to put that back again. Hey, well. Why is that stuff? Align items. The center option causes each item to be horizontally centered. Horizontal property doesn't work for the children of FlexLayout, but align items property accomplishes the same goal. we can use align self start. The justify content. Justify content. That's what I have, right? Yeah. The justify space is how they are. What's align content? Align items stretches the default, center, start, or flex start in XAML. Wait, what? I think that's supposed to be CSS. The like align items, the align content property also aligns children on the cross axes. But affects entire rows or columns. It's a banana. I want everything to start, just like to the left, to the left, yeah. Why does the last frame center? That's what we're trying to figure out, Charu. I don't know. I don't know why it's centering. I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, I mean, the collection view will just fix all of this. That's the funny part, is I'm just doing all this to update it to collection view at some point. So, because why not? That's what I said I was going to do today. And gosh darn it, I'm doing it. It's happening. Ah. Oh, start. That's better at least. Okay, so because it's doing the thing. We can do like, if I do like, all right, what if I do flex dot align self start? Like everything starts. Everything starts. The goal would be to get this over here. But actually this doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you, if it's just the three of them here. That looks okay. You think space between? On the docs? If I was to click on the justify content. The docs are pretty much amazing. This is, look at this. Center, end, space around, start. Maybe I want start. Maybe I do want start. Everything is start. This is great. This is perfect. And it's a stretch. I'm kind of setting all the spacing manually anyways. Ah! It happened.
Nothing is impossible.
I don't have anything good, but today was a good day. Boom. You know why? It totally makes complete logical sense. Because we were trying to let FlexLayout handle all of the shenanigans, but really just wanted it to go there. And now rotate will probably, it'll do that. Because I don't have the heights and widths set up correctly here yet. Where I need to be like, this is always a perfect height and width match. So we definitely need to set up a custom thing here, but this is correct, right? So if you get more podcasts, boom, 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 yeah. But this can be solved. This part here, you would just need to maybe do something a little bit trickier. But mostly for this app anyway. Mostly for this app anyways, I was just locking it into portrait anyways. That's what I was doing. Shh, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that we're just gonna leave it there. All right, now we're feeling good. Now I bet, hold on. I bet that I can remove all of this junk. And then this says 50-50, that's good. You change your basis based on rotation. Yes, ideally, yes. Set the width to auto. Whatever, yeah. Well, I could do like aspect fit and then it would fit it, but I'm doing fill, so that's the problem with it. I could give it a very defined, like you need to be this big image, but that seems a little bit weird too. What did you? I don't see anything in my dialogue, but it might have done something. Knowledge. I'm not positive. I'm not positive what you tweeted. Didn't show up for me. Okay, so super interesting. All right, wow. All right, so I want to see which one I need to put in to make that thing go. Oh, cool. Very nice. Wow, nice. Glad that you were able to get that stop jet lag updating and still see that's still doing well for you, Bill. That's awesome. I'm glad that we're able to help out. Bad. Yeah, let's see here. Xamarin Essentials also has the ability to monitor device rotation. So if you're very interested in that, you can easily put that in there. See here. Podcasts. All right, so not that one. So we can get rid of this one. Let's do that one. I bet it's items. I bet the content has nothing to do with it. This .life was censored. URLs are usually blocked, I think. But it's kind of weird that I would block that. I need to look at the settings like this and make sure, see if the oh. All right, here we go. Podcasts. I'm gonna fix this too. Uh-oh. Strange. What else I'm gonna do? I'm going to. Oh snap! Oh, did I? No, that's correct. Start is what we want. It's one of these align items that does it, that handles it automatically. I think it just had some weird loading thing. There we go. Whoa, weird. All right, we're just putting them all in. You need to do start on everything, and then it will work. It's something. That's weird. I don't know. I don't understand this FlexLayout at all. Just everything starts. Those. Yeah. What are you gonna do? The Twitch chat is weird, but there's also different bots and different services all snooping and doing stuff. There we go. Okay, so this looks great. It looks a lot better. Well, we're gonna do a bunch of stuff with it though. Let's go. Let's see Here, we'll tweet it out because I like to tweet directly while I'm streaming. All right. Got that. Flex layout finally working. And Hanselman.Forms. Boom. Tweet it out. Oh, my buddy's streaming. Is he still streaming? Whoa, who? Oh, he's hosting me. Not streaming anymore. We're gonna go raid him. That's a shame. That's a shame. Boom. That's my buddy here. All right, let's see what we got. I know. Well, Chase, I'm gonna say I can't say anything, but I'd like to say something, but I can't say anything. So there's that. Let's do. Let's just do 8. Let's see how 8 looks. And then we still need to do the click handler. We need to do some other stuff. We're also going to, I guess put this stuff in here. That. It's so weird that it doesn't get called when you actually go to it.
Up, I feel blessed.
KG, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I will say our build times are a lot faster, so that's really good. All right. So kind of waiting for it to load. Just saying. Okay, so this hits a breakpoint. Continue. Now the crazy part that doesn't hit it. Wow. That's definitely wrong. What I could do is homepage. I could do.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
I could do this. I could say, whenever it changes. Nalaj, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Coming in. Man, we are close to 800. That's rad. I could say var if current page is content. Is a page. Is a content page. Yeah, probably a content page. Yeah. I can't say anything. Then we go on appearing. Oh, why can't I call on appearing?
Some people dream of success while you're
Whoa.
wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible.
YTN, thank you for the subscription. I super appreciate it coming in. Of course, all money from this channel is donated to Girls Who Code, so I appreciate that. Yeah, see, on appearing gets called. There you go. If anyone signs an NDA, there you go. We're getting close. The on appearing gets called when the tab controller is originally created, which is, I think, is wrong. It should be whenever the page is viewed. That's literally the point of on appearing. In my personal opinion. See, I can't even do that. Okay, fine. We're gonna make an issue. Issue on appearing. Called on all Android tab page, all pages in the tabbed page. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is that's a good thing. I'm gonna do that. No, I'm gonna do an interface. That's a way to do it. I could say, give them this, James Montesi, Hanselman.Forms. Boom. And then it's already in there. Up. Excellent report tag. Yes. When uploads unappearing for tab 1 gets, which has yet appeared as fired on iOS behavior is expected. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Good one. I love that it does that. Boom. I'm going to go push them to fix that because it is incorrect. So what you can do here is I can do a new interface. And I'll call it interface I page helper. I page helpers. I think that the binding context will already be set. It'll be set immediately because everything is created. So I think that that's the problem. So here, for instance, I can just do this, right? Now I'll go into my page helpers. I'll say void page visible. On page visible. On page visible. Then here, when I go into here, podcast directory page, I go into here, and I do that. Implement that puppy. And this thing should be here. And then what we can do is this. Hi, lazy tab page. That's probably better. So this could be for any page, technically, I guess. So if I go here and I go into the blog page, hacky workaround, that's for sure. I bet it's, oh, I think you can, yeah, it's definitely loading the page, but shouldn't definitely do that. Okay. So here, then I'll just do this one more time for my Twitter page. On my Twitter page, tweet. Then what I'll do here is I'll implement that, and then I'll go and I'll say implement that puppy. And then here, we'll go ahead and do this. Cool. Then what I can do here is I can say if the page is a contact page or is a I page helper. You know. An I page helpers. And then it's like page dot. On page visible, else if current page dot is a navigation page. If that's the thing, nav page and nav page dot. Oh yeah, and page current page. This would be current page equals is a I page helpers. Can you do page again? Oh. page 2, subpage, and subpage equals current page. Then if that's the case, then you can page.on page visible, bam. So it's only when it changes. That should be correct. Oh, page. That's where you can't. Yeah, I guess it falls into the scope. This page won't go into that scope, but it's in this scope. Lazy tab page. I think I've listened to a lot of this music over and over again. Okay. Oh no, that didn't work. Let's debug this puppy. I think it's root page. I don't know. Is it current page? I'm very interested. Very interested. Very close. Very close. That should get hit once. Never again. So that's the default page. Is invisible. Go to the podcast page. Current page is a navigation page. And the nav page dot oh, that's totally it. Oh yeah, that's duh. Of course it's gonna be the current page. How could it not be the current page? Billy James? Alright, there we go. Like, why? Yeah, Miguel's pretty famous for talking about the puppies. Talking about those pups. You don't need to check the current page because we are checking the current page. That's the beautiful part of it, is I'm like, oh, I didn't realize. I'm just like, oh, I'm already checking the current page in general, right? It's like, this is the current page. So, funny enough. Wow. All right, let's see here. So, yep, don't need to check it. You're right, Apine. Boom. Boom. On demand. Nice. Now that's how you work around an issue. A little bit long to load. And some of the images don't come in. But now, boom. We are looking good. I'm so excited. That's a terrible loader. We need to put some fancy loading images in there. And this pulls Scott's face for everything for some reason. But we're looking good. We are doing it. So happy. I'm so happy. Cool. All right, let's commit this code. Get it in there.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Kulu. Full name. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Update podcast page V1. Whoop, whoop. Need to come back with a design. Yeah, we're gonna add some Lottie in there at some point. It's in there. I liked one big commit, Christos. Just boom, get it in there. Podcast page V1, and then also I fixed issue with current or on appearing. I wonder what this looks like on. I didn't really test it on iOS or Android. On my Mac around, but we did not test this. like over here. Fingers crossed. Maybe not
I'm
really
way
super.
up, I feel blessed.
That's correct. Well, that's the thing is you only commit perfect code, Christos, and then you don't have to worry about it. YTN the third, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that coming in. We are hitting it. 794. If I can read it, so small on my screen. Can't see it. Thank you for the follow. We're getting there, which is rad.
Hey, friends.
Friends. Oh, that looks good. Oh my gosh. Oh. How I do that? Where my Camtasia at? Da-da-da-da. Oh, how you do that? How you do that, B? Now the drop shadows aren't on here, so I'll definitely have to fix that at some point. But you're recording. Where's my thumb? No audio. Boom. This is so great. I love it. Oh. Stop. Gonna GIF it up. 3, 2, 1, GIF. That's great. And this is as I code in real life. This is actually what happens. Is I pretty much do real-time GIFing in real life. So let's go ahead and share, and let's go ahead and local file, custom production, GIF it up. Huh. Call this awesome. Awesome. So rad. Production folder. Oh yeah, Camtasia you gotta pay for, but it is it's a pretty good tool. I really like it. I really like it. I love to hate FlexLayout. Hashtag Hanselman.Forms. Oh, that's cool. Oop. Basically a designer. Oh, Giphy tool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use that. Like Dropbox has some tools. Some other people have some tools. Look at all these tabs I have open. That's a little out of control, people. Okay. Ooh. I think we did it. Let's close this down. Boom. We're good. We're going to commit this code. It's totally happened. We're gonna probably have to adjust some of the things on UWP and iOS a little bit, but until next week, because I've done 3 hours, a little bit much. Let's, maybe. Let me see. Or Michael, podcast page, doing a PR. I used to use ShareX when it was on Windows. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of update podcast page. This is gonna be GitHub issue. Cards and grid. GitHub. And what I should do is look at my tweets. Put that in here, and then also put how do I drag and drop? That's like 7 megs. That's funny. Putting it in there. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, man, crushing it.
It should also read that I crushed it from 2013 to present.
All right, upload those files. You got this. Do. Wow, look at it upload. Probably killing my stream. Funnily enough. That's good. You drop frames. Create pull request. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh my goodness. That's rad. Cool. Now we're not going to merge it because I'm not going to finish it up, but I'm feeling pretty good about it so far. And that should go into V next. Very cool. Also, you want to kind of check in on, let's do close to the right. Ah, what happened here? I'm curious why well, everything is broken. Maybe it didn't run a NuGet restore? Question mark. Did it run it at the same time? Node 1 default project net file. Oh, interesting. Oh, the iOS SDK 9.0 is not installed. Huh. Okay. Wonder how old this is. Let me look at these project settings on iOS. I'm like, huh, how old is this project? Okay, where's my info? Open this. I guess. Andado. I haven't come in here in like I'm coming out plugin. Hanselman. Curious if that will just change it. Date. My assumption. Yeah, it's very, very old. Curious. Let's see if how tired am I of getting questions about hot reload? I don't know. I mean, it's good for people to tell me over and over and over and over again. We are listening. I swear. I swear. Ah. mTouch SDK version. Where does that even come from? That's interesting. I put up this test project the other day. I'm just going to see what's in there. It's such an old project that was very, very interesting that has some weird build issues like that. It makes me make sense. Build. See, that's not even in there anymore. What? Oh, crazy. It's probably a property we removed. No, it's not mouse. I think it's just because this is like they're on different machines technically on the pipe. I think I'll double check it. I mean, they're different machines, so they would need their nougats though. And they're two literal different machines. They're not like sharing resources. You know what I mean? As far as I know. Oh yeah, there we go. Default is probably set to something else. That's so weird. ARM64, good. That is. Let's go ahead and do some more update. Raj. Let's give that a go. Bet that'll fix it. At least on iOS. Curious about. This is the same one, but this one hasn't. I think I have Windows on one and iOS on the other. Cancel. Oh, it's canceled because I kicked off a new. There we go.
Is I'm gonna rub a little DevOps on this and I'm gonna make it better.
Ugh. Maybe rub some DevOps. Oh. Wait, is it doing? Assets filed. iOS task failed. Return code 1. Run a NuGet restore. Hanselman CS. Oh, it's like it's not doing a NuGet restore on the whole thing. To figure this out maybe later. I'll just run NuGet restore on that. Saving queue. This would be. What's my branch? Podcast page. Save and queue. By some little history setting. Ew. Maybe it needs a newer version of NuGet? Question mark. Figure out what's going on. Give it a looks. Really fast. These build agents are extremely fast to come up. That is intriguing to me. I'm so hungry. I just ate a bowl of cereal today and that was it. I'm so hungry. So hungry. Need a I'm so hungry button. I'm so hungry. Get that FlexLayout on. There you go. Yolzar, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We are 5 away. If we got lurkers out there, hit that follow button. Jam on it. Just jam on that follow button. And we get that 8 hundo. Going strong. Ugh. I need more coffee. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, I think it built it. Oh, snap. It did build it. Except for now the artifact drop. The artifact drop didn't do it correctly because I probably copied it, but that's rad. So it was probably that restore NuGet, so that's good. Get those follows on. All right. Interesting. Get restore is taking a while. All right. I think that's going to do it for this stream. I think that's what's going to happen. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Hope that if you're around, you hit that like button, that subscribe button. You know, you get some sweet emotes. You hit that follow button. That's free. You just get notifications whenever I start streaming, which is on Fridays, 2 o'clock. Might do some streaming tomorrow morning. We'll see. Might be a mystery, but right now I'm committing to this. But Mr. John Galloway and I may have some mystery streams up our sleeves in the community, so we're very excited about that. As always, Mooch appreciates you hanging out. I appreciate everyone watching me drink coffee this morning. That was pretty fun. Let's see who's on the stream. Yeah, let's see if anyone is streaming in the tech. Here we go. I think we may have like one of the top pages, which is rad. Everyone I'm streaming, everyone is done streaming. That's usually the difference, though. See if anyone's in the live coders. No, no one's in there. In the tech. Pop, pop, pop,
I'm
pop,
way up, I feel blessed.
Boom. Athens. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Coming in. We're close. Close to 800. Do it. This was the person. I'm gonna see what this person. Rada. This person is building a C# bot. Their fonts are way too small. They're in Visual Studio. Deviant. All right, let's go and raid this person. All right, well, I want to thank everyone. We're going to do some outro music. We're going to do all of the things that you're so used to on this stream. We finish it each and every way. If you want to go and throw some more follows my way, that'd be great. If not, thanks for everyone for hanging out. You can find the code online. And everyone, you are all absolutely delightful and amazing. Got some new hotness for you. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Have an amazing weekend. And we will be back next week. Or maybe before that. We'll see. Cheers.
Long after you're gone, gone, gone. Okay. So plain start gets. Oh, who are you? Why do I love you? James. Thank you for the raid. Oh. First, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I get loud. I'm kind of excited because I'm really enjoying it. Bump those fonts up. I'll do it for you, bud. Let me. Hit. Where are we? What? Not that. Give me my window. Oh, where are we? Options. Thank you. Bottom left, 160. Think so? Okay. I'll get you up there. I got you. Is that better? Are we good? Are we good? Huh. So much better. Great. I know it gets real small, and you're like, what? What? Does that say massage? What? Huh? I got you. Oh, by the way, if you have an idea on a better way to do anything I'm doing, please let me know. I'm learning as I go, and you guys just got here, so I'll kind of explain what I'm doing. Right now, building a basic Twitch IRC chatbot in a console application, real basic console application, just for kind of proof of concept. Then I plan on moving it over to a WPF project, but I have no experience in WPF, so I have no idea how it works. That's why I'm getting just the bot running here, and then I'll see what I can do, because I don't even know how to implement the code into a WPF project. Nothing. So we're just kind of learning as we go. Chugga. Okay. What am I? Plain start, message index of, private message means that I get to about there. Message start is the index of this. So what am I missing? WPF adventures, whoop whoop. Yeah, right. I've tried so I work in IT, and I try kind of getting tips and tricks from the developers in my building, and they're like, yeah, I mean, it's complex, so good luck. I'm like, well, you're no help. Okay, what does this do again? Test. So it's getting so it's getting right here. So it's not parsing the name properly, I think. Oh, wait. Wait. Emotes. So it should be parsing the name properly. Name goes to stop as the index of emotes. Does it have to be the... No, that's the first. So it should be name start, name stop. Hey Kyle, welcome back. We have a great WPF getting started guide on our docs. Oh, let's see. I'll keep that open on the side while I kind of debug this monstrosity over here. Plain start, message start. Message start is this index, is the index of... Yeah, I mean, it gives me a good way to just make sure the actual code works before I start putting it into something that I don't know, and then I just start throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So what is not... Let me copy this real quick. Oh, hello. Actually, I'll take you. That's helpful. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so you are going there. And then we will say whop, 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 whop. Some emotes. Ooh, what is that? Let me see. Oh, try something again. Try waffle, dab, waffle. Huh. Hello. Kim. Knock knock. Who's there? Okay. So the text that it should be getting is it should be getting the name, right? And then emo. Oh. So where was it stopping? I don't know why it keeps. Okay, for some reason it's not updating completely in line with everything. So like if you guys type something, I have to hit enter for it to show up. Weird. Don't know what's causing that. Also, so it's looking for emotes, isn't it? What's it looking for? Emotes. So yeah, it's looking to name and emotes.